Now that we have a table with the information that we need and nothing extra, we can go ahead and use it to get the information that we need. So we need everything from this table. There, we need everything from that table, and we're going to pivot. And inside the pivot we say what column we're going to pivot on, or what values will be in the final pivot table. And the values we're looking for are the average sell price. So here's where we're going to use that aggregate function for average, and we're going to do it from the sell price. So average that sell price, and then let's put them in columns. So here's where we put 4. And what do we want for our columns header across the top? Days to manufacture are the headers across the top. So for days to manufacture in, and here it tells us what they are, 0 through 4. And remember that when we do these values, that are going to be the columns, we have to put them in square brackets. And then end our pivot query and give it an alias. And I'll do this one as SP for sell price. All right, let's run it and see what we get. Wow, there we have category name as the rows in the rows, and we have days to manufacture across the columns. Now let's look at the values and see if we think this makes sense. Clothing, all of them are in 0 days. We don't have any clothing that takes 1, 2, 3, or 4 days to manufacture. All of bikes are in 4 days to manufacture. Accessories in 0, and components in 1 and 2. Do we think that's right? In some sense, that we could do accessories in 1 day and an entire bike in 4 days. So logically, that makes some sense. But let's go ahead and test it out with the data to verify that what we're looking for is accurate. So what I really want to look at is these category names and days to manufacture. So let's get a long list and see what that is. And that means we need all of these tables except the sales order detail. So, and I don't need the sales price because we'll figure, I just really want to verify days to manufacture and the category name. So if we join those together, what kind of values do we get between the name and the days to manufacture? And there we get a long list. Let's go ahead and order them so that they'll kind of put them together so we can just scan them. So order by, and let's do pc.name, and then let's go ahead and order by days to manufacture as well. Just see how it organizes out. And so here we get this really long list, right? So we've got all of these 295 rows, and we see that the components, this one is a type component, and it's 1 day. If we look up at the accessories, they're all 0 days. Bikes are all 4 days. So sure enough, it's playing out like it said. Clothing, 0. And then we have components. Some have 1 and some have 2. So there we're able to look at the data and validate that that's really where they all laid out, that they very distinctly fall in these day categories. So there we have the answer to that particular pivot query. So we can save all of this, and we're good to go and have finished this activity.